Hey, what's up, people? How are you doing today? So, I did a little shopping. We got a couple nice things, and also, I got Ractor. Basically, he was living under us, and he is also a Shadowrunner. Believe it or not, the guy who was building a murder boat inside a very old, a murder bot inside a very old boat full of Shadowrunners is also a Shadowrunner. It wasn't too hard to convince him to join our cause. It was actually pretty easy. Now, here is mine issue. What do I give him? Well, all these basically go to his robot. He upgrades the robot as we go along. A rotary saw. That's pretty scary in melee, but you know what? I kind of want to keep Koshi as a ranged threat. But then again, close combat really doesn't sound like a bad idea for him. But, I'm not all that sure. I think I will come back to this, to be honest with you. Because it all depends on the next person that you're going to see very soon. Alright, we are heading to Wampa Garden to discover who's killing the Wampan Elders. They are a bunch of, I guess you could say, I don't want to say tech priests, but they super love technology. Now, do we bring the shaman or do we bring Duncan? If we run into issues, Duncan, I could see being very useful. Gobbet is also quite skilled. Well, you know what? We'll bring Gobbet. Alright, cool. Let's go, people. See, I'm very interested in what Ractor will talk to them about. Because he is a man of, well, science. And the Wampum people are essentially, like, technological. I was about to use the term fetishist, but that's probably not the right term. I want to say tech priests. They do feel kind of like tech priests from Warhammer. They love technology. Wampa Garden, a carnival of chrome and neon, rife with every manner of technology and artifice available. The entire area has the feel of a night market, save that chips are sold in lieu of steamed buns and vendors hawk the latest drones rather than folk art. Something stalks these streets, hiding just out of sight. It stalks the Wampan Elders, the leaders of the band of tech-savvy squatters that have claimed this neighborhood as their own. Well, I suppose you could call them tech-savvy squatters. Might as well. Gobbet. You don't like that spell. But then again, Gobbet is pretty much the only person who can use this item. It's the thing that we got from the mummy last round. Or last go-through. Oh man, I'm so ahead of all of these. The streets of Wampa Garden are slick with rain, glittering under the neon glow of myriad signs and holographic displays. The sky reflects the same glow, painting the white apartment blocks the sickly orange of sodium streetlights. The smell of grilling meat mingles with other rarer scents, ozone, engine oil, and high-tech fabrication facilities. Despite the hour, there are plenty of people out and about. You can hear the calls of street vendors and touts urging people into their stores. Now, Isabel is actually from this area. That's how she learned how to deck. Ruining things. This may be 2 episodes because this is an investigation mission. We have to find out who is killing these people. Isabel wrinkles her nose, scowling darkly. She wraps her arms tightly around her chest, staring off into the distance. Is there a word for feeling nostalgic for a place you can't wait to leave again? I don't miss this place, but I miss the feelings I had once I lived here. Don't know how to pronounce that. Isabel shakes her head. No, that's not it. It's close, but she lets the sentence trail off into nothingness, clamping her mouth shut for a moment. Isabel sighs heavily. This place seemed like heaven after the walled city, like the whole world had unfurled in front of me, and anywhere I turned there was the promise of a good life. Turned out this place was just as crappy as everywhere else. Everyone was still in it for themselves. Gobbet claps a hand on Isabel's shoulder, who flinches and pulls away. That's a great life lesson I'm serious. That, at the end of the day, life's a raw deal. You've got yourself and a handful of friends, and that's it. Nothing else. Reactor, a curious philosophy. Gobbet, certainly no objective meaning can be applied to the human experience, but the sum total of culture and progress since the time of Homo erectus has shown that humans are capable of self-organizing into beneficial. Boring! Gobbet makes a show of yawning very loudly toward Reactor. Isabel turns toward you and points down the street to the left. We're looking for the Wampa Elders. They're gonna be in the Wampa itself. It's the big ship down the street. That's the mall shaped like a boat, right? Isabel nods, lips pursed. That's the one. Somebody thought it would be clever to make a uniquely shaped mall. Alright, cool. Ooh. I guess they're in mourning. Alright. I just gotta like move around these guys for a second. I know I want to talk to them and everything. Ah, dang it. Alright, so someone likes drones. Actually, that drone is kind of similar to Koshe. Alright, anyhow. What's up, people? This orc woman is festooned with small circuits, tiny trid screens, and speakers. The trid screens display snippets of trid broadcasts from every corner of the world. The tiny speakers play counterpoint with a source of voices speaking Sperthero, Punjab, Kazakhin, and other languages. Her expression is haggard, and she fidgets with her fingers as you approach. Welcome! Welcome to Wampa, my friend. I am Elder Ning, and these are Elders Tang and LP. Ning gestures to the elf and the human, who each incline their heads respectively. Thank you so much for answering our request for help. We had nowhere else to turn. It's the least I could do. Basically, we're helping Auntie Cheng out with this because these people are, of course, the people who supply her with technology. Since they're all getting gutted in the streets, it's kind of bad for Auntie Cheng's business. Under Tang's skin, glowing tattoos writhe and change shape. Tigers become cranes and move on to dragons. We're under threat. One by one, we elders are being hunted by some monster. As you may have noticed when you arrived, there's been another killing just tonight. LP crosses his solid chrome arms. Holographic readouts dance constantly over their surface, displaying diagnostic information about their state. Wow, that's kind of douchey. Just saying. Operating temperature, servo pressure, and a variety of other minutia. He looks past you towards Isabel. The prodigal daughter returned once more. I didn't expect to see you back aboard the Wampa in my lifetime, Isabel. When you disappeared, Elder Yetund was very put out. I'm glad you're here. You're still alive when you chose to walk your own path despite. Disappointed. I was disappointed. I'm gonna stop doing accents. But I still understood why you had to leave. LP pauses, tasting the air as he chooses his next words with care. I hope my lessons have helped you prosper. Isabel, didn't expect to be back either. Work takes you places, though. Isabel shrugs. A moment later, she places a hand on her pistol, eyes trained on LP's shoes. I don't cart this around for fun, LP. The lessons kept me alive. Isabel blinks several times and then looks up at NG, her expression unclouded. Where's Yetund? Anyway, I expected her to be here. NG shakes her head sadly. She reaches out a hand towards Isabel, who shirks away from it. She's dead. So are Gan and Nakamura. And Tong was killed just tonight. Jesus! Wait, so this is like a 7-member party that runs the ship, and they're all dead. Good lord, so much blood. You have to stop this from continuing. Isabel's expression remains impassive, but her knuckles grow white as her hands ball up into fists. That's what we're here for. We'll stop the killings. Thank you, Isabel. What can you tell me about the murders? They started 2 weeks ago. The first to go was gone. We found him in the apartment eviscerated. NG swallows, grimacing at the painful memory. He's been torn apart. His head had been ripped, completely off, and most of his skin flayed away. There was so much blood it took us a week to clean out his apartment. Jesus! Elder Tang. Tang nods, running his palm over his forehead. The rest have been the same, always at night, always dismembered. Each scene is like a nightmare. And every time nobody has seen anything, it's like a ghost. Tom, what happened to him? The same thing that happened to the rest of the victims, eviscerated and dismembered. We sent a guard to keep people out of his shop, but he'll let you in. When did he die? Sometime early tonight. Jesus. He locked up his shop and LP stopped by to ask him about some skill chips he had. The door was unlocked and inside... She lifted her hands helplessly. Seeing NG's inability to continue, LP takes over. Inside looked like a bad horror sim. Just like all the other murders, it had to have happened after sundown because I saw his shop was open when I was on my way to get some noodles for dinner. Why didn't you call the police? The Hong Kong police force isn't welcome here. They've tried to force us out several times before or come hunting for someone to pin a crime on. Okay, that makes sense considering they're a bunch of tech-savvy people who work for triads. We do a lot of favors for local gangs and triads, true. Handle their matrix security, fix up their gear, and make sure they have access to the Hong Kong Shadowlands hub. Shadowlands is basically a discrete message board for Shadowrunners. We're too valuable a resource for them to lose, so they protect us when the HKPF or anyone else decides we're an easy target. They handle our personal security. Okay, that makes sense. So they have to have a bunch of people actually protect them. That's all for now. Good to know. So we'll check in some stuff and then maybe check back with them. Oh, I want to talk to this woman so badly. That's someone I want to talk to. For no other reason than a suit. I think she's the only person that sells a suit in this game. Ah, Porter Lamb at your service. The elders told me that you'd be coming. They tell you about what happened to Tom? He got killed earlier tonight, yeah? Killed? Ha, that's rich. Killed is when a BTL head sticks a knife in you for your cred stick, or the cops put 2 in your chest for not kissing up hard enough. This is something else entirely. This isn't killed. This is slaughtered like a fatted calf. Watch yourself. It's a goddamn mess in there. I'm sorry, my voices suck. Oh, Tong's Sensory Carnival looks like a scene out of a B-grade slasher sim. The cloying scent of incense hangs thick and pungent in the air, emanating from the small shrine in the corner of the shop. Unfortunately, it does nothing to cover up the reek of death and clotted blood. Despite the ragged elements of Elder Tong littering the floor, the rest of the shop appears to be in good order. At least at first glance, nothing is broken, tipped over, or otherwise ransacked. As you're about to step further into the room, you glance at the ceiling and walls. The blood from Tong's body isn't just confined to where his remains lie. Drying blood is spread about the walls and ceiling as well. Oh, Lord. Alright, let's check this out, because I remember when I brought Duncan, he went detective on us. Ha, true detective, Shadowrun edition. Tong's body is a ruined mess. The destroyed ruin of his face is barely recognizable, and what is left of his body would best be described as savaged. All of his limbs have been torn off, and a pile of flayed skin lies next to the remnants of the Wampum Elder. The Wampum's clothing has all but been reduced to rags and tissue by cuts and tears apparently sustained during the flaying. At this point, the only thing holding what's left of his body into a semblance of human form is the hair-thin fiber optics of his cyberware. Galvin puts a hand over her mouth, speaking in an uncharacteristically serious tone. Sweet heaven, Hollywood. I haven't seen anything like this since Auntie Wong tried to stash some cred sticks in a devil rat's nest. It takes a lot to turn my stomach, but we sure have a winner today. This is seriously messed up. Raptor. Oh! Raptor's a scientist, so he can examine the body. Yo! Curious. The removal of the skin speaks to a deliberate pathology. Some manner of serial killer, but the severed limbs seem much more savage. You'd have to be very strong to tear those off. Raptor gestures at the body impassively. Look, parts of him are missing. That is very curious. Have Raptor examine the body in great detail. Raptor takes his time examining the body, taking small notes on his PDA. Curious, no subdermal bruising where the skin's been removed, no sign of a struggle. Coagulation of blood and lividity marks the time of death between 2 and 4 hours ago. The knife marks are methodical. The killer doesn't seem to have been interested in preserving the skin as any kind of whole. It was removed a bit like one fillets a fish, the path of least resistance. Some of the strips of skin have a more ragged edge than others. The ragged edge looks consistent with a claw rather than a blade. That's not making me feel any better, Raptor. Raptor makes a curious noise as he examines the remnants of Tong's face and neck. His neck's been severed between the 5th and 6th cervical vertebrae. Scoring across the bone indicates a bladed weapon, and a sharp one at that. Doesn't match any of the other wounds. Interesting. So, that's weird. Why would someone... Okay, so the 5th and 6th vertebrae is like kill zone. But if you're going to take your time to deliver like a very, very elegant finishing stroke, why would you then rip the body into tiny little pieces? That's pretty odd. Raptor stands and looks you directly in the eye. If I had to guess, I'd say he was killed with a blow to the back of the neck. Everything else was subsequent damage. Why would you kill someone and then skin him? Honestly, I have no idea. Perhaps whatever did the rest of the damage was secondary. An action of opportunity of the like. Without further information, I'm not comfortable guessing. Alright. Use astral perception to sense the body. Oh yeah, we do magic. Yay! Taking a deep breath, you allow your senses to expand into astral space. The colors of the room bleed away, replaced with the vibrant lights and emotions of the spirit world. Surprisingly, no emotions of fear or anger pervade the room. The abiding emotion the room is steeped in is one of perfunctory satisfaction, as if someone had accomplished an important task. It would seem like that Tong was surprised. If he was not, it would be certain that you would feel lingering fear within the room. Whoa, really? Gobbet takes a moment to center herself and stares off into space. Shortly thereafter, she shakes her head and looks back at you. That's strange, Hollywood. You're right, though. He definitely didn't see it coming. Leave the body. That's highly odd. That's really odd. So, this is a duo, maybe? Alright, the walls are covered in spattered blood. It's smeared, crusty, and congealed. Thick tracks of it run laterally. Laterally? Looks like the blood's been deliberately speared. These blood patterns are natural, Hollywood. The spearing here wasn't done by Tom. There's too much blood. The killer must have spread the body across the walls deliberately. Why the hell would you do that? Perhaps they're like many serial killers. They see their actions as a ritual, or as a work of art, and the victim's body was the medium in which they were working. Or maybe they're just crazy. I love Raptor. Man, I've seen a lot of crazy people in my life, but I've never seen anybody crazy enough to think they were going to make a Mona Lisa out of somebody's teeth and guts. Thank the heavens for that too. I'll agree with you on that one. What else we got around here? Uno momento. Tong's desk drawers are open and the safe that's built into one side has been opened. There's no sign of tampering and the green light next to the word unlocked is blinking. Whoever happened opened the safe did it with a key fob. Looks like someone looted his stash. A guy like this wouldn't keep only empty cred sticks. I agree. Good lord. Isabel, check it. What you got? Let's see. Looks like Tong was keeping some BTLs here. He's hacked the peak controller output cutoffs. The data levels on sim chips are usually about 4 to 5, 6.5 for CalHots. His Delta peaks are pushing 12. That's brain-burning territory, Hollywood. And all the drives and chips those BTLs were stored on are missing. Woo! Don't do drugs. Especially drugs that you plug into your head. I never liked Tong, but it wasn't because he was a bad guy. I just didn't like any of the elders. But if he was cooking chips at Delta 12, maybe he burned somebody he shouldn't have. That's also true. Maybe they flipped their lid and came after him, or a relative did. Point taken. The metahuman brain can't handle this kind of output. It'll shut down after a few of these. Ooh, so my boy was using the good stuff, as in the stuff that'll kill you. Tong's bathroom is immaculate, and the drains are tiny. Whatever killed him didn't exit through here. Good lord. That's not fun. Can we ask him something? Porter, hey there, need something? Somebody went through Tong's stuff. Not since I've been here, but before LP found him. Could have been anybody, really. That's not fun. His BTLs, cred sticks, all that's gone. Alright, see you later. That's not cool. At all. Let me just talk to this lovely woman for a second. Let's see what you got. Oh, last gen coat, no. Shaman garb, heck no. Ballistic cloth suit, a tailored suit interwoven with graphene aramid composite fibers. Lends an air of quiet authority and class. We're gonna pick this up. Hollywood is truly Hollywood now. That's what's up, people. Let's check out the preview mode, which actually does exist. Or not. I like it. I can dig it. Hollywood's looking sharp. Anyhow. Thank you guys for watching. That's going to be it right now. We are going to find out who is doing this, and also if there is someone who's making BTLs are essentially they're like, I'm trying to figure out how I could explain it. It's like virtual reality that you plug into your head. You live and experience something else through someone else's eyes. You experience all the feelings, the happiness, the sadness, the cold, the heat, rubbing, stuff like that. And if you push BTLs to a certain level, they can fry someone's brain. So one of the elders was actively trying to, I would say, your drug dealer doesn't want to kill you automatically. Your drug dealer wants to get you hooked and have you as a repeat customer for, you know, a year down the line. But this dude was looking for something else. Anyhow, thank you guys for watching. We're going to take care of this. I'm JB Illusion. Peace.